I'm not done with my course yet, so I haven't yet got a full-time job. I have heard though that Seneca has a good name in the industry and they have good connections too. However, it's not the college's responsibility to get you a job. They have things like campus fairs where they get employers at a particular place on a particular day, and then you can network with them and then take it from there. It's up to you to personally network with people on LinkedIn, online or offline, like in person. You can go for networking events. Although I do have to say Seneca offers a program called the Co-op program, which is after the 2 semesters that you're studying, if you get a particular GPA, then you qualify for a co-op placement where they get you either an internship or a full-time job for 1 semester, that is 4 months, which could convert into a job after that. I think the most important thing that a professor tells us is a reference. If you get a referral who would recommend you to a particular company, there's nothing like it. So for that, the most important thing is networking. They tell us to be very active and your LinkedIn should be up to date. They keep telling us LinkedIn is very useful. And apart from that, you should look at networking outside at events and other professional places too. On my part-time job, I had to actually give 2 interviews. So one was the first interview, which was basic questions about myself and my interest in my job. And the second one was the more practical interview where I was exposed to dogs and my reaction to them was observed, and also the needs of the job were explained to me. Each job has 2 to 3 rounds of interviews. So this does depend on course to course. For marketing, I think the most important thing is your communication skills and your presentation skills. What matters most is how you present your best qualities. For example, I'm not the greatest at finance, but I'm good at copywriting. So I would make sure that I emphasize on my writing skills more and showcase my creativity more. There is something called transferable skills, a keyword that they use in the Canadian market, which is basically the skills that you have picked up during your education, which are relevant to the job that you're applying to. So you have to understand and research on these transferable skills, which one do you have, and include them in your LinkedIn and also include them in your interview. No, so far the part-time job I had, the university had nothing to do with it. I found it myself. However, as I said, for full-time jobs, it will be important where you're coming from, and Seneca does have a good reputation in the Canadian market. They are pretty active in relationships with companies, so I think that will help. My work hours are 20 hours a week, and these are flexible hours. It changes from week to week. So I get a weekly schedule every Sunday as to what my week looks like. And to be honest, my team is great. They ease me into it. So it started with just 10 hours to 15 hours and then finally 20 hours. My initial few weeks were just training. So I was with my manager and she was showing me around and teaching me things with the dog. And then they give you some responsibility and they keep increasing your responsibility. So I'm a dog walker and a dog daycare attendant. Out of 5 hours, 4 hours, I'm just supervising the dogs, keeping them involved, playing games with them, cleaning, keeping an eye on whether they are safe and not breaking out into fights. They are social and happy. Outside of that, I have to walk them so they get their outside time and their exposure and their exercise. So yeah, it's divided into those 2 responsibilities. I think you can switch your responsibilities, but you can increase your responsibilities. However, I'm happy where I am, so I haven't inquired about that. If it's not suiting you, then you could have a conversation with your employer. However, I'm fine where I am, so I haven't had that yet. I'm sure like some jobs allow you to work from home. I think if you're a new employee, then it's slightly harder. But my job is mostly on the field, so there's no working from home. So I use the bus. It takes me an hour to get there. But hopefully the new place I'm moving to, it would just take me half an hour to walk or 10 minutes to bike there. So it would totally depend on how you want to commute. People with the part-time jobs stay for about 6 months to 1 year, and they either grow into full-time jobs or they leave and someone else joins. I would say the intake is medium, like it's not too frequent, but there is a good demand. So I saw quite a few openings for dog walkers and daycare attendants in different companies when I was on Indeed. I don't think so. My team is really supportive and they have been very cooperative and patient with me. So they don't seem intolerant. However, if someone crosses the line and like is irresponsible, then I think like they would do what any other employer would do. But this company is pretty big. They have 4 branches in the city and about like 40 dogs at each branch. So that's quite a lot of demand. I know the company has grown over a few years, so I would say it has a good future. My growth has been stable, so it's just been a few weeks. And as I said, like I started from a few hours to like 15 hours to then 20 hours. And I started with training, and now I've been given more and more responsibility. So it's been a stable and steady growth. So I'm a permanent resident of Canada right now. So no, I won't be coming back to India. I would be looking at permanently settling down here.